Today, we're talking about toxic ingredients in your beauty products and my favorite swaps as a toxicologist and beauty lover. Let's get into it. If you're like most women, your daily routine might look something like this. You shampoo, condition your hair, use body wash or soap, then you get out of the shower and apply lotion all over and probably some deodorant with a scent. Then it's time for makeup, which could look like some lip gloss or lipstick and maybe some concealer, blush, and mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow, eyebrow products. And then the finishing touch is your perfume. What if I told you that within all of those products, there are chemicals and ingredients that could actually be hurting your chances of having your own baby someday? This is why it is so important to be aware of and pay attention to the ingredients in the products that we're using, especially the ones that we love to use every single day. And in my opinion, this is an unpopular opinion, the fewer products we use, the better. Not only for our health, but also for our wallet. Let's start with shampoo. The conventional options probably contain some sort or combination of sulfates, which could be sodium lauryl sulfate or SLS, or even worse yet, sodium laureth sulfate, SLES. These harsh sulfate detergents can strip away the oils from your scalp, leading to dryness, irritation, and they can even disrupt your scalp's microbiome, which is huge. My hair used to be a complete greasy mess. Even if I shampooed it in the morning with my conventional shampoo, by the end of the day, it would be just a terrible, greasy mess. Ever since switching to organic, low-tox, or non-toxic hair products, my scalp and my hair have been so much healthier. In fact, I went through a period of shedding and significant hair loss, not only because I've had multiple kids and the hormonal changes that come along with it, my scalp was a wreck. One of my favorite shampoos right now is by Under Luna. It's made with organic, wholesome ingredients, and it comes packaged in glass, which is huge. Since most products right now come in plastic, which, as you know, is becoming a huge pollutant and a problem in our environment. My hair is so much less greasy since I started using Under Luna. It's shinier, healthier, and has even become thicker. In fact, I love this brand so much that we use it on our entire family, and even my husband and kids love it too. Moving on to body lotions. Conventional body lotions contain a cocktail of synthetic chemicals like undisclosed fragrances, phenoxyethanol, mineral oil, parabens, and more. And in case you didn't know, whenever you see the word fragrance on your label, that's basically code for endocrine disrupting phthalates. And one surefire way to know if there are phthalates in your products is if you can smell the scent or fragrance long after you applied it. So if the scent is lingering and sticking to your skin or hair, there's definitely phthalates in there because that's what they're intended to do. And to make things worse, parabens, which are preservatives, and phthalates that are found in fragrances have both been shown to activate breast cancer genes in women, which I go over in this video right here. The problem with lotions is that we tend to apply them all over the body and they don't get rinsed off, which means they sit on the skin, which then translates into increased risk for toxic absorption. I was hooked on conventional body lotions, and one of my favorite brands, unfortunately, now I look at the ingredients and cringe, but I didn't know what I know now back then. So that's all that I had. But since finding Primally Pure, I have become absolutely obsessed. The body butter combined with their body oil, you would think would create a greasy mess oil slick on your skin. This does not happen at all. In fact, they absorb quickly, but they leave my skin extremely soft and smooth. My husband has even noticed it. If you'd like to know how to spot ingredients of concern on your favorite products, I teach exactly how to do this inside my program, the Safe Ingredient Academy. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description below so you can check it out. And by the way, if you're getting value from this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Now moving on to deodorants. This one can be a controversial topic for a lot of people because nobody wants to smell bad. The problem with mainstream conventional deodorants is that they contain aluminum salts. These aluminum salts are physical blockers of our sweat ducts, which prevent sweat from coming out. However, long-term exposure to these aluminum salts can have adverse effects. Aluminum has estrogenic activity in the body, therefore, there is a concern for an increased risk of breast cancer with the use of aluminum salts in the underarms, which, by the way, is very close in proximity to our breast tissue. Plus, sweat is a detox pathway, so blocking it long-term will not do you any favors, especially if you're increasing your toxic load with all these synthetic fragrances and fillers in most of these deodorants. Since I stopped using antiperspirants, I actually noticed that I sweat less. In fact, there was one study that showed with long-term use of antiperspirants that contain aluminum salts can actually make you smell worse over time. My absolute favorite deodorant is Rose by Meow Meow Tweet. It has the softest, most delicate, all-natural rose aroma. It's amazing, and it works really well. I love the fact that when it's in solid form, it rubs on very easily, because I've tried other brands of natural deodorants and end up having to tug on the skin a little bit to get it to actually come off onto my skin. Whereas with the Meow Meow Tweet, it's such an amazing formulation that I don't have to do that at all. It applies very easily and quickly, and I love it. And not to mention, they also make a deodorant cream that comes in a glass jar, so you can just grab some on your fingertip and apply it. And I love the fact that Meow Meow Tweet uses organic ingredients and zero waste packaging. So it's ideal type of product, if you ask me. Next is lip gloss. Many conventional lip glosses contain petroleum derivatives, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, studies have indicated that naturally occurring carcinogens that are found in crude oil, which is the starting material for all of these petroleum ingredients, can actually accumulate in body fat over time, which means that as a woman, if you're using mineral oil, petroleum-based products, especially on your lips, you're going to have more of these hydrocarbon carcinogens built up in your body fat compared to a man. And to make it worse, I know, you don't want to hear this, but I need to tell you, there was a study published that showed over half of cosmetics sold by major retailers like Sephora, Target, and Ulta actually contained high levels of toxic PFAS forever chemicals. And the highest levels were actually found in lip products, unfortunately. PFAS are the nastiest chemicals that I avoid like the plague. They are actually known to cause several types of cancers. They're linked with thyroid disorders, infertility, miscarriage, as well as behavioral disorders. We want to avoid these as much as we can. And while we can't avoid them all, at least in the products that we are intentionally buying and applying to our lips, which is a major route of exposure for these things, we want to be extra careful, especially if you're someone like me who loves wearing makeup. I don't want the extra dose of toxic chemicals if I don't have to. I prioritize organic lip products as much as possible, like Fit Glow lip glosses, lip serums. They are amazing and a dupe that rivals the cult classic that I swore by for decades, which is MAC. And better yet, Fit Glow is non-detectable for PFAS by consumer testing by Momovation, which gives us that extra assurance that we're not getting toxic chemicals on our lips. Next, we have mascara, which, by the way, also in that study that I mentioned about PFAS, was also one of the types of products that was high in these chemicals. So PFAS chemicals are actually related to Teflon, and they are super functional, and industries love it because it makes their products non-stick. It makes them waterproof, smudge-proof. It makes them basically untouchable. So avoid wearing any products that are labeled as long wear, long-lasting, smudge-proof, budge-proof, or waterproof. And that, of course, includes mascara. One of my favorite mascaras is by 100% Pure, and the only problem I have is that sometimes they are out of stock. So when they're in stock, I definitely load up, or if there's a sale, I try to jump on it, because that stuff will make my teeny tiny lashes look so much longer and fuller. And finally, perfume. I know it. We all love to smell good. We're sensory beings. I totally get it. And this one often shocks people, but there was actually a study conducted on 47 name brand designer perfumes, and all 47 of them, 100% of them, tested positive for high levels of phthalates. Even the ones that were manufactured in Europe, where phthalates have been banned, or at least restricted. So they shouldn't be in there, but they're still in there. That's the point. Phthalates can be inhaled and absorbed through the skin. They're linked with tons of endocrine disruption like pregnancy, miscarriages, infertility, cancer, and even premature death. So the safest alternative, if you want some kind of scent or fragrance, is to avoid any type of synthetic undisclosed fragrance and instead choose something that is essential oil based, such as Ebon natural perfumes. They're made with alcohol and essential oils, and that's it. And of course, one of the brands I've already mentioned, one of my favorite brands of all time, Meow Meow Tweet, also makes a hair and body mist. Again, simple organic ingredients, none of that weird stuff. And remember, we can't avoid everything. It's not about living in fear. It's about making educated and informed decisions to the best of our ability, within our budget, when we can, more often than not. It's not about literally going crazy and freaking out about every single ingredient. It's just thinking more meta and just making a better choice as much as possible. That's basically what low tox living is all about. So now that you know how to detoxify your beauty products, you might be wondering, what about all the other products that I can detox around my home? Well, go ahead and tap or click the screen and watch this video that I made all about 8 non-toxic home swaps that covers your kitchen and more. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I'm posting every single week about low tox living, lifestyle, safe swaps for babies, kids, your entire family, and your home.